how the reaction happens. So we take the silver salt of the acid and react it with bromine. You form the acetates. So, and then what happens is that in step 2, 3, and 4. So, actually, what is the reaction? The reaction is that when you take the silver salt of the carboxylic acid and react it with bromine, you get alkyl bromide, carbon dioxide is evolved, and silver bromide is formed as a salt. Now, when you see the mechanism of the reaction, as it is a free radical one, it would involve the three steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. So when you see the initiation step, what happens is that first of all you get this compound RCOOBr. Once the initiation, now this is not the initiation step. The initiation step is actually step number 2, where you get the free radical of the carboxylic acid, RCOO radical plus the bromide radical. This radical gives the alkyl radical and carbon dioxide is evolved. So these two steps, step number 3 and 4, are propagation steps. And what happens? This alkyl radical will react with another species of RCOOBr and form the compound, the desired product, which is the alkyl halide, along with the RCOO radical, which will again continue the process. This process is going to continue till the entire RCOOBr gets consumed up and you get the formation of the alkyl bromide. So again, this is an example. This is a very simple example. A direct question is asked based upon Hunsdikar reaction. You are asked to describe the Hunsdikar process and why is it a free radical driven reaction. The reason is because it involves radicals in the reaction which has 3 steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. So till the time the free radical is generated, the reaction is going to continue till the entire substrate gets converted into the product, which is the alkyl bromide. So this is an example, a very simple example of a free radical driven by name reaction called as the Hunsdikar reaction. There is a slight modification in this reaction, and that is called as the Simonini reaction. So let us see what is the difference between the Hunsdikar reaction and the Simonini reaction. It is said that when iodine is used, please listen to it very carefully. It is said that when iodine is used, the ratio between the reactants is very important because it determines or drives the formation of the product. So when I use iodine as the substrate, not bromine, it is very important that the concentration of both the reactants drives the reaction towards the forward direction. When 1:1 ratio of the salt and iodine is used, we say that the alkyl iodide is formed. When I use 1:1 ratio of the salt, which is the silver salt, and iodine, the product is formed like the Hunsdikar, which is the alkyl iodide plus carbon dioxide plus silver iodide. So then you form the product. But when you take 2:1 ratio. Now, when you take 2:1 ratio of the alkyl halide or the aryl halide, I mean, you take 2:1 ratio, then you form the product which is not the alkyl halide or the aryl halide, but you form the ester. You form RCOOR as the product. So when you take 2:1 ratio of iodine and the silver salt of the acid, the product formed is not the alkyl or the aryl halide, but it is the ester. And this is called as the Simonini reaction, Simonini. So this is called as the Simonini reaction. When you take 2:1 ratio, you get the product which is RCOOR. So when you are asked about Hunsdikar reaction, please also write 2 lines about Simonini so that when you're writing it in the exam, the examiner knows that you know Hunziker as well as its slight modification, which is called as the Simonini reaction, which happens when you take iodine and the silver salt in the ratio of 2:1, and you get the product, which is aster, RCOOR, unlike the product which was alkyl iodide or alkyl bromide when you took 1:1 ratio of both the reactants. So I hope it is clear, both the Hunziker and the Simonini reaction. The Hunziker reaction is one of a very famous examples which were discovered very early of the free radical reaction, and it involves the three steps: initiation, propagation, and termination. There is another reaction which is called as the Reed reaction, REED. It is called as the chlorosulfonation. It is called as the chlorosulfonation reaction. So let us talk about the Reed reaction in the next step. So what is REED?